Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Milwaukee Beer Review. As almost always, I am Josh.
I'm Ross.
And today we've got special guest Frank Irons with us today.
Hello.
Today. How many times can I say today? Today is the greatest day I've ever known.
So,
anyways,
Billy Corgan.
Today, we are here to celebrate another Wisconsin brewery that we've had kind of in our backlog for a while that we wanted to get on the channel. So, what the heck are we trying today, Ross?
So today we're doing Brokeb Bat Brewing. I couldn't find the exact grand opening date for Brokeb Bat, but they were located in the third ward. They had a tiny little kind of basement location. It was a really cool spot. It was just kind of small, kind of cramped. So they just last year moved out to a new spot in Walker's Point over on Pittsburgh Street Avenue.
Pittsburgh Street Avenue.
Pittsburgh Avenue. So, really big location. It's actually a really cool spot. A lot of TVs to watch baseball games. They have a lot of wall art from like their beer. They have wiffle ball leagues at the indoor wiffle ball field, which is really cool. Right by their bathrooms, they have this really cool bobblehead display. They actually do have an outdoor patio, outdoor spacing, we'll call it. But really, really nice location and very much different from the last one. Plenty of space to move around, plenty of tables, really big bar. If you haven't checked out the new location, definitely get out there because it's really, really nice to see. So,
yeah, awesome stuff. So, what is the first beer we're going to get on tap here?
So the first beer here we're drinking is Straight Chedd. So this is a year-round beer. It is an Apricot Pale Ale. It comes in at 7.1%, which is actually quite high than you'd think for a pale ale. When I went to pick these beers up, I asked him, like, what is your staple beer? And he flat out told me that Straight Chedd was the beer that got them through the pandemic. So it's their number one seller. This is the one that people come in that they mainly order. I have not had this one yet, so I can't really speak to it.
You had it?
Years ago when I visited the basement bar location. I've not been to the spot yet.
Possibility I did, but I don't really recall. I don't know.
It gets its name because it's Straight Chedd, which is beer is absolutely just brings it. And this is exactly the style. It's a pale ale brewed with apricot, so that's what it is.
Is it apricot or apricot?
Yes.
All right, deal. Let's get this thing in the glass and give it a go.
All right, so let's get this open, see what it looks like. Pretty much what you expect. Good carbonation, lighter in color, bad pour.
That's just the way we do things on this channel. I love the can.
Yeah, I love the cans they have. The art they have in their cans are really cool.
All right, gentlemen, let's get a little nose on the Straight Chedd, the Apricot Ale.
Very sweet.
Yeah, no hops. Yeah.
Not really hoppy for a pale ale. Very sweet. Very
Definitely like a fruity note from the apricot.
apricot.
It ain't going away,
It's
is
not
it?
going away. Nope, not
Between
at
that
all.
and the IPA-ness.
And the IPA-ness is strong with this one. It smells really good.
It does. That's just smells refreshing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just a little bit of sweet sourness and that fruity note. All right. Cheers, gentlemen.
boys.
It's just smooth.
It's good. It's refreshing. It's got the apricot comes out really well, and it's not overpowering or anything where it takes over the whole beer. You still get just kind of that traditional pale ale taste in it with that nice fruity notes through all the way out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really don't know if I actually like apricots or not. I every time I've ever had a dried apricot, I eat it and I'm like, is this good? Is this bad? I don't know. But this beer is good. The apricot adds a slight fruity sweetness note to the pale ale, which kind of cuts some of the hopness, makes it a very light and juicy pale ale, for lack of a better word. And very refreshing without being overly fruity or sweet.
If you're not sure if you like apricots, try apricots. Significantly better.
100% more ape.
At least. Yeah, this is good. Like, the front end of the beer is pretty subtle, actually. It's not strong on the front end. It's very smooth. There's a creaminess to the front end of it. A little bit of hop bitterness that kind of bleeds into the middle of the beer. And then out the back end, you really get that strong apricot note to the beer. Outside of that, this is really, really solid. If I'm putting this up on Untappd, this kind of beer, I'm probably putting it up around a 3.75. I think it's a really, really solid beer. It's not blow your socks off, but it's really, really well made, really smooth and refreshing.
Totally reachable beer. It's a good daily drinker if you're wanting that. I just wish it was a little colder, but that was our own fault.
Yeah, well, that happens when it takes forever for Josh to put the baby down.
Yeah.
So, what would you rate it on Untappd?
I'd probably say we're on the same thing. I'd say about a 3.5 to 3.75. I don't think I'm going to put this in like a world-class beer category, but it's a damn good beer that I would drink again every time. So
yeah, I'm going to keep the ratings pretty boring. I got 3.75 as well. I mean, I'll be honest, now that I've had it, I don't think I have had this before. I didn't expect to really like this all that much.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't anything I thought, but it's really refreshing, really good. It's a easy beer for anyone to drink. I think anyone can order this and enjoy it. So
yeah, good stuff.
All right,
Frank.
What do we got next?
So our next beer is Ricky. Ricky is a limited release. It is a Sauterne wine barrel-aged Belgian wit. Does anyone know what Sautern's wine is?
Absolutely not.
As I don't. I can't explain that. So if you're a wine aficionado, maybe leave some comments and educate us because we don't know. It's clocked at 5.7%, which for a barrel-aged beer is pretty low.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a wine barrel-aged beer, so maybe, I guess. It's a base beer, which is the Brokeb Bat Just a Wit Outside, or if I need to Harry Doyle that up, Just a Wit Outside, as Bob Uecker famously...
That's what they would like us to do.
Yes, as Bob Uecker famously stated in the Major League movies. But it got its name because in Major League, that Ricky the Wild Thing Vaughn doesn't become the Wild Thing without a 5-month wait. So this beer takes a 5-month wait in the Sauterne's wine oak barrels, and that's how the Just a Wit Outside becomes Ricky.
Love it. Well, after that absolutely spectacular description, let's get this thing in the glass and give it a go.
Are we going to get a C&D takedown, or a takedown from whoever owns the rights to Major League for that? We might.
Probably not. I don't think it was that well done.
All
Let's
right,
get it in the glass and give it a shot.
Let's get this open, see if I know how to pour a beer yet.
You don't.
Nope. No, it's fine.
Oh, look at you.
So a little lighter in color than we saw previously, which you expect out of a Belgian. Or a Belgian witch, I should say. But really carbonated.
Wine barrel aged. This will be interesting. Love it. All right, gentlemen. Let's get a little nose here on the... What is it? The Ricky. The wine barrel. Whoa, you can smell that from all the way out there.
Yeah, I was going to say, before I even got my nose in there, I was like, I can smell it. It's like almost like a musty wine note to me. It has a weird vibe of tequila. I think I smell like oak and wood more than I smell booziness to it.
I think it's the Belgian notes that you would get typically on the nose of a Belgian mixed with kind of that oaky wine character, which kind of makes it smell a little bit musty on the nose, which I'll be honest, just on the nose that doesn't smell great. Doesn't mean it's not going to taste great. It's just an odd smell. Not what I was expecting, I guess.
I don't think it's unfair to say it's a little unappealing on the nose.
Yeah.
But that's on the nose, so.
It is. But yeah, that's mostly what I get.
Yeah.
We don't have beer to smell it.
That's true.
We drink it.
That is true.
On that note,
and let's do that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's really good. I really like that.
Super unique.
I don't know if I've ever had anything quite like this. I mean, to me, this is straight oak. Taste a lot of the oak barrel, a little bit of wininess. That's not really a word, but it works.
Wininess.
Wininess.
Ross, you kind of mentioned as you poured this, there's a lot of carbonation to it. There's a ton of carbonation.
Yeah, it's got almost like a soda texture to it. Yeah. Soda champagne texture.
Very bubbly, especially right on the front end of the beer. That's a lot of what I get.
Very dry. It's almost like a dry champagne. I mean, not quite that dry. It's still a beer, but I would say it's maybe the driest beer I've ever had.
The thing I like is, as much as you get in the nose, as strong as that, there's a very subtle taste all the way through. It's a very refreshing kind of... I find it refreshing. I know you're saying dry, but I still find it very refreshing as I drink this.
I agree.
The taste notes all the way through are subtle, and you kind of get I know it's weird, but that carbonation is actually kind of it's interesting. It's a different taste for a beer. You're not expecting.
I think it belongs. It feels like it belongs here for sure. It's interesting. There's almost like a spicy bite to it right on the front end of the beer. The wine really kind of sticks through the back end. Like you definitely get through the back end of the beer, you get the wine. I'm a huge Belgian fan. This is an interesting twist.
Well, it's the wit. I think a wit's a lighter Belgian. So
sure.
It's gonna. I don't know if I don't know what makes it. I don't know if it's wheat or if it's the hop combination, whatever they do to it. But
it's the grain bill.
It's a grain bill. Okay. So it's definitely it kind of creates that lighter taste to a Belgian, so it doesn't feel so heavy and clunky like a Belgian would sometimes.
Yeah.
It just kind of goes through very smooth, very light, very taste all the way through it. But with all that, again, I think it's very subtle all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, the wheat or wit definitely wins out. Like I would not. When I think like Belgians, this isn't what. This is really not what I think of. Belgian. I'm thinking more of those kind of those banana-y notes and it's gonna have a wit too, but some of those kind of funky flavors, which aren't here, but it's a different take on a wit, which is interesting.
If I'm looking at this in Untappd, I'm really enjoying this. I'm actually going to put this right at a 4, and I don't know if it's... No, I'm going to put this at 4. I think it's a good score for this. I find this very refreshing. I would absolutely drink this again. So
I'm going to go a little lower than that. I'm going to probably go with 3.25. I'm enjoying it. I like it. It's different. Probably not something I'm going to... I'll drink routinely. I would get it here and there. But it's definitely a unique beer worth checking out.
I appreciate this for what it is. I do like the Straight Chedd, I think, a little bit more. Okay. So direct comparison and my taste buds, I'm going to probably put this at a 3.5. Okay. I think it's really well made. It's really well constructed. I don't know that I would seek this out again, though. There's nothing about it that is calling to me, so I put it at a 3.5.
Fair enough.
All right,
Josh, what are we finishing with?
So we are finishing up with the Benny, and if you've seen The Sandlot, you know who Benny is. Well, a lot of people probably haven't.
But they should.
So Benny the Jet Rodriguez, right, is who this is named after. So this beer that we're going to try is a tequila barrel-aged Mexican lager. I can't think of any better way to kick off our Friday night than diving into this. So this one's actually not crazy. It's at 7.4% on the ABV scale. This is actually based off of one of their base beers, which is the Corre Corre, I believe is how you pronounce that. So if you don't know, Benny Rodriguez became Benny the Jet when he bested the Beast after he put on his PF Flyers, just like Corre Corre became Benny after an 8-month soak in tequila barrels.
I think we need to mention how they get to their names is a stretch. It's amazing.
It's a fun journey.
The way they have it.
It's a bit much, but it's fun.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. So let's get this thing in the glass and give it a go.
All right, let's get this in the glass. Okay.
Whoa, spicy.
Raring to get out of the can.
Come on, Benny.
Like a lager, nice light in color. Looks light in color, but we'll see.
It looks good. The cans are brilliant.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Get a little nose on the tequila barrel-aged Mexican lager, the Benny.
Ooh, that's tequila.
Oh yeah, it's gonna make your clothes fall off.
I get some citrus. I know
the lime is there for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
The more I smell it, the more I get a little bit of that limey taste.
Yeah, a little. There's like some brightness from like the salt, like the.
But no, the first whiff was all tequila, but the more I smell it, I get more of the citrusy taste.
Lime, salt, and tequila. What else do you want?
This is I got high hopes.
I mean, it's not like it's a lager too, so you're not gonna smell the beer. You're gonna get whatever variants they add to it. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, for sure. And I've got a Horny Goat glass, so I'm set.
I've got Godzilla on mine.
Yeah, good.
So do you.
Well, let's dive in, gents.
All
Cheers.
Right, cheers.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Wow.
So I don't know what you guys are getting, but I get a lot of the citrus up front, and then the salt and tequila kind of in the back end. That really, oddly, for tequila coming in the back end, but it smooths it out, which is really weird. That's a unique beer.
I really like this.
Yeah, I've had a few tequila aged beers prior to this, and I'm not sure how I felt, but I think this being a lager with that lime, it really smooths it out. You get the taste of tequila without the burning effect of tequila, which is good.
I don't really like tequila.
No, I'm not a tequila fan.
Yeah, me neither.
This is solid though. Like, I think to your point, I think you described it perfectly. The front end of this beer is very lime forward. The middle of the beer, you get kind of the salt note, and then the tequila like smooths that all out the back end of the beer.
So it's like a reverse
I was
tequila
gonna say,
shot
that's
where
exactly what I
you
was thinking.
Kind of.
lick
Yeah.
the salt, take the tequila, chew the lime.
That's
This is
a
kind of backwards.
perfect description. It's like a reverse tequila
Yeah.
shot.
Which is way better than the way that you take an actual tequila shot, in my opinion.
This is really good. And I love the fact they used a lager for this because it just lets the flavors shine. It lets what they decide to pick in the beer to shine and be the star of the show.
Yeah, it's super smooth. I mean, there's no real hoppiness there or anything like that that's overpowering the tequila. It is just the flavors they're going for with the beer, the subtle beer palate behind it.
It's really, really good. I actually like this. I think the best out of all three of these. I'm going to put this one at a 4. I think this one is really, really solid. I would absolutely drink this again.
I would go about 3.75. I think it's just what I had the Apricot, the Straight Chedd at. They're about the same for me. I think that's more of a beer I'm going to get all the time, but this is one that when it's available, I'm certainly going to grab it. I think it's definitely a fun beer.
So I got this about 4.25, and mainly because I it's the best one I've had so far today. So it deserves a better score than anything I've had so far today.
Yep.
And the way I'm looking at this, so I'm going to put this at 4.25.
And I think in the world of craft,
My dog is trying to break the door down. If you can hear that, we're good.
But I think in the world of craft, lagers are criminally underdone. There needs more craft lagers. Whenever you can find a craft lager, I think that's a great thing. Too many places just don't do it.
Yeah, this is excellent. Really, really good stuff from Brokeb Bat.
Yeah.
Glad we finally got to get them here on the channel. I'm sure we'll have more to come from them as we continue to put out new content here on the channel. So if you're on the lookout for us, you can check us out on all of our social media channels. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, we're obviously we're also on Instagram.
Why would they know that? Why is that obvious?
It's not so obvious, but it's obvious that we're here.
Yes.
So if you've tried any of this stuff, if you've been to Brokeb Bat, if you've got thoughts on any of these beers, would love to hear it. Leave some notes in the comments. Would love to debate anyone who has a different opinion than we do on some of these beers.
We'll fight.
We will not fight.
We'll talk over a beer.
We will
Out behind the schoolhouse at 3.
we will have an educated discussion on the consistency.
There'll be a discussion.
There will be a discussion. So, anyway, stick around for more episodes as we continue here in the future. Look for us in the very near future. This is just unreal. Look for us in the very near future as we're going to be at Milwaukee Brew Fest very, very soon, and hopefully providing some live and or recorded content from there. So stick around, look for more episodes here in the near future, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, everybody.